Hello everyone, this is our presentation on Storybird by Amy and Sam.
On the screen is a quote given by the Storybird website describing what it is, but basically, it's a way for students and teachers to create unique stories by adding their own words to pre-made artwork. It teaches them to look at storytelling in a new way by building a story in reverse. They start with pictures provided by the website and work to create the story around them. It is a way for them to practice writing and creative thinking, as well as to make colorful creations to share with family, students, and friends.
Here's some of the information for the classrooms, such as the availability. The cost is free and the system has no requirements except for the internet.
As far as safety concerns go, a teacher's class is private, which protects the safety of children of all ages while using the internet, which could be a concern, especially for elementary classrooms. In addition, nobody from outside the class may contact a student, and no personal information is required to make an account. Artwork can also be filtered by age appropriateness, and an adult is required when creating a children's account.
For social, students and teachers can collaborate on stories to practice working together and sharing of ideas. Stories can be published and shared on other websites, blogs, and etc., such as like Facebook or Twitter. And students and teachers can comment on each other's stories to provide help and encouragement. Teachers can even do rough draft grading through these comments. Finally, classes can hold fundraisers by having students' creation available for purchase by parents and friends. They are affordable about $5 per story for paperback version.
Here we have our integration ideas for how to use Storybird in the classroom. For me personally, since I want to be a foreign language teacher, I think this would be a great thing to use in my classroom. It gives students a way to practice new vocabulary as well as conjugation of verbs and adjectives use. Students can practice writing skills in general and even incorporate cultural knowledge into stories that they can create. For example, I could have my students give a story presentation on the Day of the Dead celebration in Mexico and use their cultural knowledge as well as practicing their Spanish writing skills. And it can also be used for any level or grade of foreign language. Storybird can also be used especially for language arts classrooms, given that it is a storytelling website. It gives students practice with storytelling, writing, grammar, and vocabulary. It can be used as a collaborative activity among students to have them practice working in groups. You can also have students read each other's books to practice reading skills in an elementary classroom and give constructive reviews. There are also peer editing opportunities for rough drafts.
Storybird can also be used in elementary classrooms. Students of any subject can really use Storybird about what they've learned in the classroom. For me, I want to be a kindergarten teacher, so we could use Storybird about learning colors or shapes. It is very helpful for any subject or type you want to use. They can practice writing skills while also reviewing material from other lessons in classrooms. Any elementary teacher could use Storybird to connect multiple subjects together in one assignment. For example, a social studies teacher can have a story about a historical figure, or a science. You can write a story about space and travel.
Here we have some teacher testimonials about how they used Storybird in their classrooms. The first one is a middle school English classroom. This teacher used Storybird as a tool for having his students practice abstract thinking, and he also said it can be used as a way to come up with or plan an outline for a longer paper to be completed in class. This is a great example of older students using Storybird in the classroom.
And here's an example of a first and second grade classroom using Storybird. They applied what they learn about the parts of a story, and they use their independent and group work. It's a great way to integrate subjects like math and writing in the classroom.
Another testimonial that we have is a Storybird that a teacher made about using Storybird in the classroom. So this shows you an example of what a final product of a Storybird creation looks like. This teacher decided to use Storybird as an easy tool for coming up with ideas for a story. She liked this tool because it also gave students an extended learning opportunity to work outside of the classroom, online from home, and create their stories and work on them outside of class time and be able to devote even more time to their creation. She said that students really enjoyed being able to collaborate with each other to make stories, and that they also really liked being able to show them off in class and their beautiful creations that they made.
Here's our experience with Storybird. We thought that Storybird was a very easy tool to use, and it directs you step by step through the creation process. It was very fun to work with the artwork provided and let you use very creative thoughts. Here's an example of a story that we made on Storybird.
The story was just something that we made to just get used to using Storybird and see sort of how it works. We selected this artwork of this nice little wolf, and it's really easy. You can select how the page is set up, so you can have the picture on either side with the writing either above, below it, next to it, and you can write as much or as little as you want. So an older student could write a very in-depth story, whereas maybe elementary class students would write very simple stories and focus more on the artwork. And what we found is that it was very simple. You just drag and drop things, and it's great because there are a lot of options. There's a huge variety amongst the artwork that you can select from, and you can really do anything you want with it. And we had a lot of fun making our little story.
Here are cons for Storybird. You can't use more than one type of artwork in the same book. So like if you wanted to talk about like camping, like we did in our story, you can't go from there and do another completely different subject. And so the artwork is very limited and the ideas are limited given by the artwork. And you can't add your own artwork. And we found that the website crashed a lot, but we don't know if it was due to the internet on campus or what. And here are pros. It was very easy to use. There are a lot of artwork options, so everyone can create a very unique story. Everything is provided through the site, so you don't need to cite any images or resources. And it is easy to share with peers and parents. It is also fun for all ages, teachers, and parents.
So here we have sort of an overview of how to create an account. It's very simple and self-explanatory. You sign in and you create your account, and you can create the account type, which you can actually make it an educator type, and it does not cost anything, and you can add information about your class, such as the grade level, where your class is, the subject, and all of that. Then once you have made your account, you have your home page, and there are all these tabs where you navigate through your list of students, different assignments, fundraisers that you have, and also your students' work and your work, which can be found in the library tab. Once you want to begin starting your very first story, you go to the My Stuff tab, and you click on Create, and you start creating your story. Then you're going to search through the artwork. You can either search specific words, or you can use the tags provided to find artwork you like. And then once you find something, you hit the button that says use this art and select what type of creation you want to make. You could make a book, a picture book, or a poem, but I do think you have to upgrade your account and pay if you want to make poetry. Finally, the site will guide you through the process of creating your pages. It's very self-explanatory. You can see from the screenshots that it tells you where to put the art, where to put your writing, and it's very easy. And then when you're done, you hit publish and you can share it. Okay, so thanks for watching. We hope you liked learning about Storybird and that you think you could use it in your classroom.